Lord Tundrin, welcome to another episode, or should I even say the first episode of this amazing game I found called Stormworks. Let's just make it a little less gross out right now, and what I've come to show you today is I've had this game for about 2 weeks, and I absolutely adore it, and we've been working on a few things. We're going to show off one thing today, my most recent project. Right here is a jet-powered helicopter, of course, with some working things inside. Of course, I'll show it all off. We're working on like hatches and stuff, but it's a very rough draft getting ready with an open cargo door here, so that way you can pick and drop things off through the back. And it also comes with ropes on both sides that you can tether to here. And yes, if you do jump out, they do let you swing, and you can get on boats and connect or pick people up depending what happens. All they have to do is hold on to it, which is great. What else is there to show off on the outside? Oh yes, it also has foldable gear. So that way when you're out, and I think primarily this will be like naval rescue for ships and things like that. So basically the gear is for landing, but on ships you really can't land, because especially when it's shitty out, the waves are all over the place, and you just need to sit where you are and kind of like work your way back. And that's where this door comes in. I can put the door out while these are up flat. And it all works. It's a little clippy right here, but it all works function-wise. It doesn't mess anything up, which is great. And then you put the door down, and essentially you would hover the helicopter somewhat around the boat would be sitting this way, and you would back up to the helicopter. And then the guy would grab the rope, jump on, obviously with himself connected, connect you, and then you'd both come back. So let's jump in here and just show you what I got. My first one, I've done a few engine builds, but this is my first jet build, and I have to say I like the way it turned out. Very, very much. So here is our electronics. Everything is hooked up to this breaker. I have one question. Actually, no, I don't, because I kind of figured it out. It was just power was being stored, and I couldn't figure out what the hell was going on. But we figured that out. So the first thing is we're going to flick that battery on, right? So I managed to get these going, some position lights, which is great. And that's on both sides. So this will go off. Very useful in the dark. They're very bright, not too intrusive. We get those going. The ladder here is just to make it so much easier to just go through the door. With position lights on, we also have our brakes set, and we can get in. So over here we have our altitude. Speed is close, because speed is important. I actually think these are backwards, because I'm an idiot, but I will change them. This is a working horizon meter, because I have a tilt in the front alongside the calculators for the altitude and speed, a pressure gauge on the side just to make sure we don't blow the damn thing. But I've got it pretty much set up. We've got some headlights, so you've got 2 in the front, and I have 3 right underneath me, because if you see from first person I can see through the floor. I have a bunch of glass set up, right? So this helps you locate the circle, and then you just kind of like, work your way into the middle of the circle from here. You just look down and work it. I try not to use third person just because for realism's sakes, but we don't need those today. So we can flick on our engine, give it a little bit of fuel. Perfect. Pressure builds, the engine RPs. This is connected to the intake, because the intake is spun by the compressor. So really we only need one bit of information when it comes to RPs, and this can never go above 200. So here we can give it more throttle. Everything starts to spin up, which is great. Look at that. Fantastic. So I've got it set now that I can go max throttle and it will not affect me too much. I can still control everything. So now that we're powered up, we can take the brakes off, and then we can taxi out of here. Woo! A little jumpy on that first one. Ideally, I probably wouldn't have maxed it out in here, but, you know, just for the sake of shits and giggles. So we'll make sure we clear the hangar. Keep going. Woo. Okay, now that we're here, we can set the brakes, and then we can take off. So, it's a little heavy, so we give it a little bit of collective, just a little bit. There she goes. She lifts off. We want to even out. So we're going to go into 6, let the game hover for us for a second while I show off. So right now you can see gear. Gear is there. So we want to put the gear up, put that. Gear goes away. Perfect. Doesn't cause any issues. That's how I want it. Now we're ready to go, right? So we take hover off and we go forward. Up and forward. Give it a lot of collective. Now you gotta be very gentle, I find, in this game. It is not very forgiving when it comes to controls. You weigh a lot in this case, and if you throw it around, it's gonna throw it back at you. So here we can just kind of... Whee! We're going around. Like I said, I like to be in first person. I've got enough windows here to pay attention. And we've got an artificial horizon there. There we go. Still figuring out the controls. Like I said, I've only had the game 2 weeks. But we've managed to set this all up. And then, like I said, okay, so we say we're done flying. Oh, I'm done flying. We're going to go into hover mode. Phew! Throw this thing around a bit. Okay. Stop the rotation. Now, see, we're ready. Okay, the ship's down there. I wonder. We can go back real quick. Okay, I want to connect. We're gonna open up this back door. Boop. Perfect. Set up all the way. Oops. And then we can go out here, right? And we could jump down to the ship, or we could go back up, or whatever. Whatever you have to do. And then it has full control, so I can stop it if I want to only have it open a little bit or whatever. We can put that all back. I should probably get back in the pilot seat. Okay, so now we're ready to land. So like I said, so the circle's down there. We know that. So we're just going to collective down, right? We're going to put the landing gear down. Okay, we've got our altitude meter here, even though it says airspeed. I'm just a dum-dum. Let's take a little circle look around here, make sure we're going in the right area. There's the hangar, so we're gonna forward just a little bit and come down at the same time. There it is. Give it more forward. Okay. There we go. There's the hangar. We know we're right above it. Gear is down and ready to land. There's the hangar. We're past it. We can pull back and start slowly coming down. I'm going to rotate us to get the tail away from the hangar. We're just going to come down. Oh, I think I ran out of fuel. Oh, we did. We're coming in for hard landing, boys. Yeah. So I do have fuel meters, and this thing sucks a lot of fuel right now. So, as you can see, if I go to no clip, there's 2 medium tanks, right? Or sorry, 2 large tanks, and it just ate through that in that small amount of time. So I think I'm going to use this space to make a fluid spawner, which basically just infinitely creates jet fuel in an enclosed area. But that's that for the most part. I have more to show you guys for sure, but in the meantime, if you enjoyed this, make sure to like the video, comment for sure. If you have any questions, I'm still learning. I hope to help you guys. I can also throw this up on the workshop so you guys can download it. It's totally up to you guys, and I will see you soon.